Introducing the one and only, the beautiful, the amazing Dashni.
Thank you so much. You're so kind. Aw.
Welcome to the show.
Morning,
Thank
Dashni.
you. And I guess I deserve extra compliments because I'm very sick this week.
Salamat, salamat.
Salamat.
Good.
Well,
and
you-
I've heard Noor's fiance is in medical, so
I told
can
you
just
last night, yeah.
So you came
stalk
to-
her
Wait,
and
that's
say,
it.
"Oh my God, I have this
Send
and
her
that.
pictures.
I have غدة and rheumatism." And
Now I know why she came to the show. It wasn't to see us, Noor.
Yeah,
It was for the wasta to get
Yeah,
closer to your
yeah.
fiance.
yeah, where's Mariam? No, it's all good.
and I've got a goodie bag for her. Well, I mean, it's for all of you.
Aw.
Okay.
Dashni, good morning.
Good morning.
Haven't seen you in a few months, so
I know.
hopefully you've been doing good recently.
Thank you.
Busy as always.
Very busy. Just so excited to be here because we're about to kick off this incredible event. It's one of a kind at the ancient citadel, and it's called the 100 Woman Street Gallery.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy to share that with all of you and Babylon listeners. But then, yeah, I'm doing well. I've been just very, very sick this week, in and out of hospital. So please send me nice messages, people.
Send her nice messages. Text right now if you want to say anything to Dash. 0750593 A few weeks back, we had your Dutch friends here. And
Yeah.
boy, they were ecstatic and they were just saying wonderful things about
Aw.
how you motivated them and you pushed them, you sponsored them to do what they're doing now, and that's kind of really cool actually. So how are you just staying busy at 24/7? Because I remember there was a period that you took off, you took time off, and you're like, okay, I'm burned out. But
Yeah.
now I feel like your legs is in the gas pedal for continuous amount of time now.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like you're pushing yourself too much?
I think that, when you're passionate about a project, you just give all you have. And especially when it's about an issue or a challenge that is very close to your heart. So then you're going to give all you have. But then you also have to think of, okay, I need time for myself. And I think because I really forgot to have a personal life, that's when I am feeling the effect of my body just says, please take a rest. And I haven't done that. So please, those listening, whatever you love and do, just make sure you have you time.
When are you gonna have you time though? When are you gonna go back to take off time for her?
I think in a week time after the event, I just want to go back to Holland and hug my mom and my little brother and have lots of brinje fasolja.
Well, you're looking wonderful today. Like
Oh,
you don't
I-
look sick.
I slept from 3 to 5 and then I woke up. It said, "Wake up, Noor, 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 Babylon, Noor."
No. Yeah, the annoying alarm clock.
Yeah.
But you've told us before how you're a night owl. You do your work, you do everything mostly at night than in the day. Like even when you talked about writing songs.
Yeah.
I remember you said whatever efficient thing you do, you have to do it at night.
I do. Like I finished last night at 1 and then I realized I have all these work apps on my phone. Like what do I have here that I work with? Like Google presentation and there's Drives and spreadsheet and like I'm so sorry, I'm doing like a whole ad here.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
So I should take out these apps, like these work apps.
But Dashni, I follow you like constantly, like not in a weird way, like just,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
is in a weird way. He stalks you.
Yeah, I'm a stalker. Okay, does that make you happy?
Yeah.
But I see you always active. You're always at Recoded, trying to do meetings.
Yeah.
You're always out in nice. Like, how do you get the energy? Like, you just told me you're sick. I actually didn't know. Like, you're so bubbly. How do you like wake up in the morning and be like,
Do you have,
instead
like,
of
a
sleeping all day?
juice that you drink
Yeah.
every day, or
I do try to stay healthy, have lots of water. So I've been working nonstop from Recoded House, and they've been so kind to me, coming with juices and taking care of me, and coming to me like, do you need anything? And we've built up such a good volunteering team, and they're all like taking over parts of the project. But then you still need to be on top of what's going on. So it's just a bit like it can be too much. And I texted Rowan from Nishtiman Youth Network because he's going to have a speech at the event, and I'm like, how do you do this? How?
well, Rowan, you know what, the thing that was.
And he was like, haha, like
that's
now
right,
you
haha.
understand.
But Rowan is young. Rowan is a lot younger than us. He does, adult things. But Rowan is actually like in his early 20s. He just
I know.
So he can do that. But us, youth, transferring from an entertainer singer to now you tell me all these things that you're doing, these professional things like having Google Sheets and doing presentations.
Oh gosh, yeah.
How Are you happy you've transited to something like this?
I haven't. I'm just, doing me, whatever that comes on my path, and I haven't given up on, it's not like a on and off button as an artist. Will always be an artist, and when I think the time is ready to come out with new music or to do, I don't know, more showbiz, then you're going to go for that. But at the moment, I feel like I'm more needed at a different field. And I know I have something to offer, and I know I can be a leader in that. And so I have to take on the initiative and the responsibility to make sure that I can pass on that message or that awareness.
So, do you enjoy this activism as much as making music?
It's not about enjoying, it's just what keeps you alive. If I see something and it's wrong and I can't do anything about it, I feel really bad. And you have that possibility to make a change. And when you can, that's when you feel good.
If you're just joining us, this is the one and only Dashni Morad, legendary singer from Kurdistan. Been in the spotlight for more than 10 years. 15 years, should I say?
14.
14 years.
Disappearing for 4 years and coming back. Disappearing for 2 years and coming back.
Everybody does that. Everybody needs that.
Yeah.
But you've really managed yourself really well to come back, after those breaks, and you're in the spotlight again. You're in the scene. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows your work that you're doing.
You.
And now you're coming back with, I want to get to it straight now.
Yeah.
This event on Tuesday. Please explain to us. You've been more than busy, for a few months, I want to say, to get this thing happening.
Yeah.
Because, this is like a grassroots thing. You don't have everything ready for it. You've been calling people, you've been getting organizations to get this happening. And what's going to be happening on Tuesday?
So on Tuesday, we're going to have the Female Voices of the World Street Gallery. And it came to light to me, just through the mission of Female Voices. It's this highlighting the past and contemporary accomplishments of women around the world. So I'm reading from this because I'm half brain dead. So
no, it's fine.
It's about women here, and when we talk about the women, it's Kurdistani women. As we recognize the beautiful mosaic our land has to offer, and so it is in support of the Dutch government, and it is about how we want to. Celebrate the historic, economic, cultural, and political achievement of women who've changed so much in the region, across the Middle East, and around the world. And so the idea is, with this 100 Women Street Gallery, is that we need to stand still, remember, respect, and recognize those women, because of them that we have been able to build nations and countries and societies. And so once we really recognize that, then more and more women can be really a part of a table, can be really a part of building a nation. And so that's the whole idea.
And people sometimes forget, Noor, that we have such powerful women in the history of Kurdistan. There's this women that stood up. When we talk about Peshmerga and standing up for the Saddam regime, all these Peshmerga, there was women in the Peshmerga also fighting alongside the men.
Yes.
There were women at home taking care of the children while their husbands might never come home. So I really like what you're doing, Dashni.
Thank you very much. So I think that for a man like you to recognize that, that's where we think we've made great steps. And so I don't want with that event to say, hey, I want to take the woman out of whatever this is and just say we don't want to be a part of you anymore. It's just more like, if we really work together, then that's where we can build towards peace building, because that's what we want. And if you look at this project, it's supported by the Dutch consulate. I'm so grateful for Consul General Willem and Anna. It's going to be so much fun, because we're getting all of these women together. We have Iraqi women, we have Assyrian women, we have Kurdish women, we have Yazidi women, and then we've got 50 women around the world, and then a lot of them will be there at that day. And so isn't that about unity? Isn't that about a way of showing that sisterhood is very powerful, and it's something that we as a society can learn from their experience? We have the Lost Princess of Kurdistan attending. We have Shirin Kitani Akrawi, who's been from Baghdad to Vienna doing so much for the Kurdish cause, and she's attending, and so these women are just amazing. And by the way, we have what we have is that this 21-year-old girl with Levi Clancy has developed this code. So when you come to the event, you see the pictures and there's a barcode. You scan it and you get all of the information about the.
So
Oh, that's
techie. That's so
cool.
techie.
Yeah. So like it's going to have a life for a year. It's going to go around the cities,
Okay.
and then people can just.
Okay, you've talked about the event a lot, but I still don't know, like, what do I expect? So if I come to the event, what do I see?
So we start with pushing 20 women. These 20 women have lunch with the Dutch consul.
Okay.
So Khadija, she's this brand strategist. She's been working very hard with Sofia. She's an Italian journalist to finish this book. And so this book goes into the goodie bag I brought here today. They'll be pushed to the Dutch consul with their ideas and proposal. Now afterwards they go to the Citadel, where there will be an orange carpet instead of red. And then you will have all of these distinguished guests and diplomats and business people and artists. But the men aren't leading. It's 3 young women. They'll be playing deaf, walking over an orange carpet. Left and right you will see 100 women. And all of the pictures are made by Levi Clancy, the photographer, who also is one of the KO organizers. And he said, don't introduce me, Noor can introduce me. So when you walk over the orange carpet, it's like the girls will be playing the deaf, and then you look left and right, you can scan the pictures, you get the information, we enter inside, we've got speeches, and over there 3 women will be awarded by Classispan. They will get each $1,000, and 3 women from the 20 women push will get a 1-month pass to Recoded House, and will be getting trainings. And there is so much more. We have a goodie bag. The whole goodie bag together is worth, now is going up to $2,000.
Whoa.
And everything is bought
So everything.
from Kurdish
wait.
items.
Everything in that bag is worth $2,000.
No, the total bags.
Oh,
Like
okay.
we have 50 bags.
I was gonna steal it. So.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that.
So like this bag is handmade by Displaced Women and Refugees by Hopeful Hands in Ankawa.
Shout outs to Noor of
Yeah,
Hopeful Hands. She's
yeah.
been fighting for this cause also.
So much.
These stories are so interesting, and I feel like the most important part of this event is just listening to all these different stories, these projects, and
Wow.
you're gathering all of them.
Thank you.
You're gathering all of them, and you're trying to put a spotlight in them. Hey guys, appreciate this person, support them if you can buy something from them, and also if you
Well,
are in a
it's-
high
it's
position, sponsor them or do something to empower them even more.
Thank you. I mean, what we do with the goodie bags, we already bought them, and if you look at it, this design is by the Darling Beast with the Dutch lion, and then it's with the Kurdish Hodi print.
Shout outs to the Darling Beast. We've
Look
had
how
her here
cool
previously.
This is.
She's
This
so
is especially
talented.
made for our event, and so we've put a month of time into working with female artists to order their items and add them to this goodie bag. Like you have this T-shirt from Rawaj Alizada.
So basically, the goodie bag is not just a bunch of stuff you bought. It's like a bunch
No.
of stuff that
Means
women have
something.
created.
Yes.
And it actually means something.
And so this goes to the investors we've invited. Like we invited the head of a supermarket. So maybe he wants to order the candles from Lala Candle we have in here. Like we
Okay.
have macarons in mini candles in it. So, and then we've got a whole group who've studied the woman, and they're going to pitch to the international NGOs invited. Yeah.
I have a few questions. I talked to you previously, and you said, what you're doing, obviously you believe strongly in it, and it's something that actually all of Kurdistan should believe strongly in it. But of course, coming from where we come from, we don't have
Yeah.
the full support for this, or we don't have the full attention as we should be giving
Mm-hmm.
to important projects and things like this. You talked about how, something like this should be, of course, fully sponsored by many people, but unfortunately it doesn't.
No.
And how does that not discourage you to stop working? What do you do? What do you do
well,
to
this
say, you know what,
week-
I'm going to continue? Because you had a lot of struggles to make even this event happen.
It wasn't even possible, but we work, me and Levi and Peri Khan Akhrawi, we've been working like non-stop 12 hours a day for 3 months because you just are so alone in this. But I'm just so happy that the Dutch consul embraced this and believes in fighting for women's right and the challenges we face. But at the same time, there are also other people who believe, but it just takes time to get them be a part of this. And this is the whole idea of the event, the kind of people we've invited. Like, so many exciting people are going to be there on that day. But I did had last week a meeting with a company. I never go to companies because as an artist, when you do that, they immediately
You
think
get branded
wrong.
as a sold out, yeah.
Yeah, as a singer. So, but I went there because I trusted them. And then the way he mistreated me, before leaving there, I was already half crying. And so I had to
You went
hold,
full crying after that meeting.
yeah, I had to hold my tears while I was sitting with them. And so when I left, I cried so much and I was so stressed. And that's when the pain came. And well, my thyroid is swollen, by the way. So it's just, but you can't give up. And I think I just need to be emotionally stronger to deal with all of this.
Does Kurdistan make you more happy or
Oh
more sad?
no, you're crying.
No, I actually did an eye operation.
He
I
did a
swear to God.
surgery, yeah.
Oh, good,
He had his
okay.
cataracts.
I gotta do my cataract. I'm not.
It's okay.
Good.
You should have
I
pretended.
thought there's someone who's caring for me.
Well, we
here.
do care
We
for
do
you, but
care.
we're men, and men actually
we,
just.
we never cry.
No, men should cry too. That's
No.
okay.
We don't know
I-
how.
I-
We don't know
No,
how. I've never
you
tried.
can. You just let it go.
I let it go, but like other things happen. Like
I don't know. I've never cried in my life, Noor.
I start breaking things. No,
Yes.
I don't want to scare people. I'm not that.
No, when I'm sad, I cry. But no one has ever seen me cry, and that's what's important.
No, it's not. It's okay to cry. Shall we have a cry session?
No, Dashni, we should not have a cry session.
Dash.
Years of my reputation is not going down the drain.
Oh
There
no.
goes the fun. Hold on
There
one second.
goes the fun.
So, Dashno, on the topic of Kurdistan, though, does Kurdistan make you happy or sad at the moment?
I am so happy to live here because I've found this beautiful, this safe bubble around me of beautiful people in it, and that just makes me so happy. Yesterday I was so ill and I got so many messages of all of these kind people wanting to take care of me, and so it's beautiful and it's going somewhere nice, and I have my favorite spots to have food. I have my favorite spots where I go and meet the creative community.
So, you still love Kurdistan despite all the struggles and abuses you've gotten from it?
I do, and I think it's my responsibility to make sure that these people, I call them artful men, and these artful men need to wake up, and this is the kind of event that can wake up these people.
So, everybody should come.
No, it's a private event.
Private events.
So no one should come.
Nobody should come.
No, it's really just the focus is about these 100 women that are going to be invited, and we want to give them full attention.
Okay.
And full.
What you're going to be posting, of course, on your social for us to get to know more about it, right?
Sorry?
You're going to be posting highlights of the event.
Oh, absolutely. And I just think that once this is finished, it's going to have life for a year. It's going to go around the country. So that's the whole idea. We're just launching it. And the thing is, as we speak, Levi Klans is in Tokyo at a Google conference, and he's passing on...
Our wonderful friend.
Yes, he's passing on this this event. He's talking about what he's doing.
When can we see the event, though? Like,
Sorry?
When can the public see the event? Like, when can the public see the pictures and then scan?
The next day after.
Oh, okay,
They
so it
just
is
can
open
come
to the
to
so
Citadel, but the first day is just a private
okay,
event.
yeah. The first day is for VIPs, so we're not invited.
It's not VIPs.
No,
I
no,
think
it's
important people, what you're talking about. Like
Yeah,
influential
what-
people that actually...
I think it's about, the thing is, wherever I go to events and they invite diplomats or investors, they show their faces for a few minutes and leave. And then during these women events, these women are left to their work, and that's it. They don't even listen to them. Most events I've been to.
That's actually
But this
true, yeah.
event is, they're obliged to be there for 2.5 hours, and the women are the rock stars. We've made books about them. We are highlighting them on stage. There are actual 4 hosts who studied the women and study the guests so that they introduce them. There's no 10 contacts between me and, let's say, the head of IOM or the UK Council. That this girl directly can be in touch and know how worthy she is and pitch her ideas.
Let's talk about a little more about this topic, about female empowerment. Recently, we posted pictures of this 29-year-old assistant professor in Harvard University, where
Yeah, that was amazing.
she was able to create an algorithmic system equation that took picture of the first
Black hole.
black hole, and
Yeah.
we can't even understand it because this is so technical, it's so mind-boggling, so scientific. When we posted that picture, and we also reminded about the moon, right?
Yeah, it was also a woman.
a woman
Yeah.
that created the equation, whatever.
Yeah.
When we post that picture, some guys within our society till now they say, "Oh, would you stop saying woman power? When a guy does something, why don't you say man power?" Why? How can you justify to people to say, "Let's celebrate women for who they are as women, and not just as humans"? How do you justify that? How do you justify to continue to empower women? To try
That's
to
a very
empower
good question, Noor. I think that we want to fight so that we don't have to any longer say women's right. That's where we're fighting.
When will that be?
I think that will happen when men are really a part of the conversation, like your phone right now.
exactly.
It's just being a part, like, no, I'm not going to be a part of this movement.
if a woman put it there, Noor, it would have never
Right.
fallen in the first
Right.
place.
See, and that's the miscommunication, like these kind of jokes, like it just makes us like, oh, we're so against men. I think that based on our gender, we're discriminated against, thinking that we belong more in the household, in the kitchen. And we've proven through time that when a woman is a part of society, it's better off. When it's a part of the nation, it's better off. Now that we've proven it, women wants to have to eliminate all that we face based on our gender, like violence, rape. Then there is
There's a lot.
discrimination on the workforce. So we need to eliminate this, and we need also women to be in politics, women to also lead side by side men. We just want the other half to be a part of the society.
So we should continue to say women empowerment, yes to women, and women did this until we've reached what you just said.
Very, very important. Why? Because for hundreds of years we've been degrading women. I'm not saying everyone, but it has happened. I remember as a little girl, I was sitting on the chair, and my legs were open, and my grandpa said, "It's Aiba, close them." And I had no idea why he said that. I was 4 or 5 years old. I was raised with the idea that my body is Aiba.
Yeah.
That when I walk to school, I have to have my head down. When I have my head down, how can I be inspired by the trees of two and the wildflowers and the nergis flowers, and then get in touch with people and then develop myself as a human being when I grow up being Aiba? So once we've teach and raise our daughters that they're as worthy as the boys, as strong as the boys, then there is no need to say woman power.
Okay.
See,
That's a
I
good
agree
answer.
with that. No, because this is why I'm against like this is what feminism has become in this day and age. Like me and Noor, we talk about it all the time. When it's become, I hate men, I wish all men didn't exist.
Well,
But
that's how it's become in the West, not here.
Yeah, that's how it's become in the West. But something like this is actually inspiring, and people can get behind that. Men and women can get behind this type of feminism.
Absolutely. I think that if women hate men, they've got all the right, like me.
Thank you,
I've been
Dashni.
sexually discriminated against, humiliated, publicly shamed, and dragged down on the floor for years, and hiding in
But-
places
so do you hate,
for
or
men.
do you still don't hate?
I have carried so much hate in my heart that it made me ill, and then I started to look up men who are amazing and are feminist and support women.
So you don't hate men?
I don't hate men, and you will see them having speeches at the event,
Like Rawan, who will be there?
yeah, like it's. Well, you can also give a speech, Noor.
I would love to, no problem. It would
Okay.
be my pleasure.
There you go. So no, I don't hate men. I love men.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I want to marry a man.
Of course. You don't hate men. Just because you're doing women things doesn't mean you hate men.
No, I don't. I just want a fair world for all of us where we can together
Especially in
work.
Kurdistan.
We do. And then this is the way that we can eliminate all of the end wars and work towards how to tackle climate change, how to work on real
How to
issues.
ban weapons.
Exactly.
I agree with that way. I agree with
Yeah.
that ruling.
Let's not change the
We're ta-
topic.
that's about New Zealand. I don't know if you know that. We'll talk about
Yes, and look how that woman so amazingly just approached the whole
right away.
banning the guns.
Within
and
1
I'm like,
month.
Trump, you can learn from this. But again, who am I to say?
We're not
what
gonna
to
we're not
Trump?
gonna open another can of
I'm gonna
worms.
explode. We got Huda checking in. She's like, shout out to Dashni. We are so proud of you.
Oh,
It's
thank
very rare that
you.
people text in for a guest, Noor.
Yeah, so that's if you should feel special.
That, you should feel very special,
Thank
Dashni.
you. Thank you so much.
Can we talk about music a little bit?
Sure.
Do you see yourself in the near future coming back to it, making at least one song here or there?
It would be a dream. I want to make an album that it's like a movie, and every music video to be a chapter of my life. And I want finally...
That's a lot of work, though.
But I can do it. I just finally want to tell my story. I'm not brave enough to tell my story, and that's why I 3 years ago founded the hashtag Female Voices of the World. When other women share their stories with me, my pain becomes less, and I become more bold and brave. At home, I'm very weak. I cry a lot. And then when I come out, I'm strong. And then so many girls come to me in coffee shops and hug me, and they give me power to continue again. And I just want to tell my whole story, to say it's okay to be broken. It's okay to be heartbroken. It is beautiful, like that song from, I hear it on Babylon.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just want to be brave enough to tell my whole story, and if I don't do that, it's gonna eat me inside out like a cancer, and I don't want that anymore.
So you will make songs, you will make music in the future?
I really want to, and so maybe next year I can work on just doing my dream album.
Well, it would make us very happy if you did. Music industry, especially in the Kurdistan region, it's like it goes through high times and low times. And,
Yeah.
And we can tell when our fans send us messages about, hey, you know, they would tell us, how come your rotation isn't good? Well, because artists are not bringing good music. It's not in our hand, you know?
Yeah.
So it depends on what musicians are inspired, people like you are bringing out.
So I hope that this stage you've built here, this is how it can just push all of us. A stage where we can just every day have live music and we share that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I want that tune too. Or look how they played the guitar. I like that. So you can kind of inspire one another.
Pushing arts is really important,
Yeah.
and that's what we're looking to do with this one. We're going to be doing that real soon.
That's
Dashni's
amazing.
talking about this mini stage we have here in Babylon FM Studios. We're thinking
It's
about
currently
doing it as a
non-existent,
live
guys.
session. Yeah, there's nothing in it.
There's a coffee machine and
And
some balloons.
And the coffee machine was
And
by
the balloons
Kubat
are
Taliban.
orange.
Yeah, the balloons. You know what we can do
Yay,
now?
go Holland.
Everything you see in this room were free. The balloons were free from events. Thank you. Shout outs to them
Wow.
from Sophie Mall. And the coffee machine was from Kubat Talabani because he came last week. He's like, you guys don't have no coffee?
No, you should get me one too.
Get everybody, come on. Regarding with music though, last time you made a collab with anybody was with Ledine, and it was something
Yeah.
that just extremely exploded, blew
Yeah.
up.
They're so talented.
International spotlight we're talking about, not just Kurdistan.
Yeah.
Next year, if you do this dream album, is there one artist? Can you give me just one
Oh my
artist,
God.
be it local or not local, that you say, man, I just
Yeah.
feel like I can connect with this person, and it would be great if we put a song together. Give me a name. I want a name.
You want a name right now, right here?
Just a name. Just a name. Male, it could be local or international. It could be even international.
I think like it would be definitely a dream to have like this big song with 10 female artists from here, like Chopi, Leila Faraqi, Nazdar, Loka, Hani, and then the new ones like you have Dilniyar, and then there is Mirya Haurami. Oh my God, the list continues. There's so much, and I just want to do this power song to say I'm here, we're survivors, and we're not gonna go anywhere.
So like a Kurdish English song, where you do the English part and you got like Chobi Fatah doing the Kurdish part.
There you go. We've got a producer, Noor.
That's so scary. That's gonna be like you're gonna see men just
Wallah, if
leaving
I
their
had-
houses and running away after
Well,
that song.
if I had the opportunity, I would love to do something like that, but I just don't have enough time. I have
You
something
can't
in my
sing.
mind.
What are you talking about?
Because
Yeah,
no, because
You're doing so many awesome things. Like when I saw the,
it's not about singing. I'm a producer.
you know, the Color Festival is just so amazing. That's a place where so many young people get inspired. They go there and their dreams are born. They're like, I want to do this. I want to do that.
Well, we got attacked again, Dash. Just like last year, we got attacked for it. So I don't know. Like people, we just don't know if people are really ready for these
Oh, they are.
advanced ideas.
I think, you know, if as a society we want to accept and promote the idea that it's a place that's for everyone and there's coexistence, then we have to also allow spaces for young people to express themselves. And this is very important. If we don't do that, how can we say this is a space for everyone?
And plus, if you don't like something, just don't go.
Yeah.
Problem solved. If you don't like the color festival, just don't
I
go.
don't
Don't
see
talk
any
about it. for us.
differences with Kurdish weddings. Like Kurdish weddings, we go
Man,
up and down,
my-
and we're like,
We're
you know,
crazy in Kurdish weddings. What are you
Yeah.
talking? Like the color festival is nothing compared to my
Kurdish
wedding.
weddings.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like, that's where like the real party happens.
You know what's a shame?
It's like ding, 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 going up and down, up and down.
You know what's a shame? If you look in history of Kurdistan, I feel like in the 21st century we have become more like we oppress women more than we used to back in the day. That it's becoming worse and worse rather than better and better. Like I remember when my father was growing up, like I don't remember, but my father talks about it. He would grow up in Mendeli, a small village. Women weren't oppressed as much as they are now,
You're
and
kind
that's
of right
horrible.
about that. You're kind of right
That's
about
horrible.
that.
And
Yeah.
even now you go to like villages and women are doing work that men do and they're not oppressed. And then you come to the city and women
It's
aren't allowed to
different.
leave their own house.
I think it has to do with the fact that this new modern world created here has objectified women and sexualized women in a way.
So we have to like protect
that-
them all the time, they think.
Exactly. So I think it's up to those who cover women in the magazines, highlight women in the TV stations, in music videos, that we're not sexualized objects. We are human beings equal to you on the workforce, can deliver same work. So this is where something went wrong. This is what I see something is wrong. And that's why you here have such a responsibility on how to raise awareness of what does it mean freedom for women.
Make sure you follow Dashni on Instagram, on anywhere else, Twitter, because she definitely makes your news feed more colorful and more interesting and more sophisticated. We be following you. We love all your stuff.
Thank you.
But more specifically, do also follow her hashtag. It's not just a hashtag, actually. It's more than a hashtag. It's turned into a brand. Hashtag Female Voices of the World, where it's actually
In 3 years.
a project
we
of
have
a
that.
move, of an actual movement.
Thank you. Can I just say a little shout out to those who are helping me?
Go ahead.
So I want to give a big thank you to Levi Clancy. He's a communication content developer and has lived in Erbil for 5 years. And at the moment, as we speak, he's pitching the 100 Women Street Gallery in Tokyo and
Japan.
presenting it to Google at their conference this week, because we're working with this code through Messenger. And then we've got Perihan Akrawi Whitecomb. She's a specialist in sustainable development policies and international affairs. And she works in this male-dominant world and has spent 10 days, 10 hours a day with 2 babies on both
Wow.
hands, and then just trying to work with us. And a big thank you to everyone involved, all of the volunteers, of course. So, yeah.
Dashni Morad, good luck on
Gosh.
Tuesday. We know how hard you work for that, and we're definitely going to be supporting you in any way we can. Thank you so much, and we will stay in touch with you.
Thank you so much for
And get well
sharing my
soon.
mess. Thank you.
That's
I hope
it.
you
I
get
love
well
your sister, by the way, Sazan.
Thank you, thank you. On the bad side of the family.
Oh,
Thank
no,
you.
you're not.
Thank you so much, Dashni.
Thank you. And there's a goodie bag for all of you.
There you go. We're going to take that. We're not going to say no to that.
Yeah.